Mic test. Sibilance. This mic is pretty good about taking the hiss out of the S. Been very pleased with it. Anyhow, let's see. Let's go on in. Whoop. Is it working? Seems like it's working. Let me get the mic a little closer to my face. Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to another workflow live stream. I need to get some editing done on the Oktavia video tonight. So I figure I'd go ahead and just put it in the stream, mostly because the stream keeps me honest, keeps me locked in, keeps me working here in the corner. It's not the bullshit corner, but it is my workstation, which is also in a corner of the room. So, for those of you who don't know, the Workflow live streams are a great place to come in and get some direct input in on the video production. I'm basically just doing what I'd be doing anyways and turning it into a little more content so y'all can see behind the curtain and get an idea what goes into the video production portion itself. I'll be working in Adobe Premiere, kind of just narrating what I'm getting at. Of course, if you have any tips, tricks, and or questions, feel free to drop them in the chat if you're here live, or if you found it via the algorithm, toss it in the comments down below. I read all the comments, and if you got good advice, I'll even take it to heart. In any case, where we're at now, I've got this whole first section of applying base coats and whatnot. I've adjusted all the scaling and the shots are cut down. I've got some fun overlays stuck in, like this little section right here where it says pap, 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 pap. I've got audio choices. I got some music selected and a, what's this, like a 5-minute long voiceover plugged in. So tonight, I had ideations of finishing this evening, but that remains to be seen. But we will be cutting down these clips here on the back end. Or not cutting the clips down, but getting the zoom set up correctly on everything, which I've got a little bit of headway into it. Got some zoom set up here. Got some fast forward bits set up. All this right here. So from 11 minutes and 35 seconds all the way through 19 minutes and 39 seconds. That needs to get formatted a bit, and then we'll do some voiceover stuff. But while we get started up, I think we could start with this here, do some voiceover stuff for this segment. All right, so let's give it a watch and see what we're looking at. Looks like this first section here is going to be about slapping on some Nuln Oil. And now that I think about it, I did this weird thing where I show the Nuln Oil twice to the camera. I'm thinking I'll take that out. Nah, we'll just leave it in. Keep the silliness. Let's see. This section is Nuln Oil wash, which is the standard fare for my Infinity models. And then we've got a flesh wash for the face. I'm looking for the section where I actually paint the contrast onto the jacket. And I think we can talk about what I want to right here. So, yeah. Right here, from 9 minutes and 38 seconds to 11:25, we can talk about making a named character their own deal. So, first section, we're going to talk about the normal fare for painting infinity models. So let's examine that. All right, so we'll do an okie day. Now that we've got the base coats applied to our candy core colors. We're gonna step in with the next step that is the normal step for getting through the steps of this step by step process that goes into painting up my personal forces. I'm gonna slather her down with a helping of Nuln Oil, not worrying about any pooling, or can I get away with pooling? I think taking the G off the end of pooling is a bit of a stretch. Or over application of this here magic wash. There we go. Since the next step after this is gonna be establishing base tones, we kinda want the heavy black wash, the excessively heavy black wash to establish our deepest recess shading. In cutting the right corners here, that's going to be a tongue twister in your voiceover. Step by step of the stepping along a whole bunch. Yeah. I love including silly bits of wordplay. I have a knack for going too far with the verbosity. It's a skill I've picked up in writing so many papers for college. It's a skill to be able to fill a page with words without actually saying anything, or saying very little with lots of words. All right, and cutting the right corners here, this darkest of dark oily washes will help to cover any crimes of poor application of the base tones, adding in illusory shadows in all, I said recesses before, so we'll say in all the crevices. All right, let's record that up and see how long that goes. So we want Audacity, my preferred recording stuff here. All right, pull this over to the side. I'm gonna mute my playback here, listening to some music in the other tab. Once again, I have yet to figure out how to play back the audio that I'm streaming to y'all in the stream, or the music. So I don't get to listen to my fantastic Lupus Nocti stuff. I'm having to pull up playlists on YouTube, but that's fine. That's fine. I get to listen to copyright music, and y'all get to hear the copyright free. Well, it's semi-copywritten. I pay a license to use it. Anyhow, see what we can do here. Okie day. Now that we've got the base coats applied to our candy core colors, we're going to step in with the next step that is the normal step for getting through the steps of this step-by-step process that goes into painting up my personal forces. Steps. Love it. Love it. Okay. To start us off here, I'm going to slather her down with a heaping helping of Nuln Oil, not worrying about pooling or over application of this here magic wash. Since the next step after this is going to be re-establishing base tones, we kind of want the excessively heavy black wash to establish our deepest recessed shading. In cutting the right corners here, this deepest of dark oily washes will help to cover any crimes of poor application of the base tones, adding in illusory shadows in all the crevices. Alright, that's a good solid 44 seconds worth of audio. So what I usually do here is I'll start exporting it. Nailed it first try. I almost ran out of breath there. I really should make a point to do some breathing exercises before doing these, but hey, it worked. All right, so let's go back into our project panel, and then we want to make sure that we have the oh, what's it called? The decoder. I'm not sure what this thing is called, but if you're in, if you find yourself in Premiere and for some reason like the audio's not importing, you check these. I don't know what they're called. The source patching. So like for instance, if I click on an image, it'll remove the audio source patching, or if I click on audio, it'll remove the video source patching. So you can get yourself really tripped up here. Like let's say I don't have any audio source patching here, and then I try to import a video from my file structure. It'll just put the video in and not the audio. So we just want to make sure we've got both of them selected. So we'll click on one of these up here, and it'll have our source patching on. And let's dump in audio track 2 and see where it puts us. Okie day, okie day, okie day. And I'm gonna give it a listen. I guess I could set this up where y'all could hear what's going on here. Step, 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 steps. Heaping helping a Nuln Oil. Yep. Alright, we're still putting the Nuln Oil on while talking about the Nuln Oil. Of course, I mean, it's heavy black wash, deepest recessed shadings, cutting corners, deepest of dark oily washes. Yep. Covering crimes. Okay, so we need to fill, let's see, 9:15 to 9:38. I need to try and talk about the flesh wash in 23 seconds. Or wait. Yeah, 23 seconds. I think I can do it though. Um, while let's put a divisor here so I can see what's going on. Show the full video and audio may spoil the fun effect on the video release. Yeah, I think you're right there. Plus, I do love that these streams have the fabulous Lupus Nocti music playing. Well, it's Lupus Nocti and Rizko, I think is the artist. Okay, so while we're on the topic of ink washes. Emery, howdy. They blew Nuln up. All that's left is a big chunk of Azurite or Sigmarium or whatever because Skavens are bastards. Yeah. Well, Space Skaven win. Okay, so while we're on the topic of ink washes, we're going to get out our Vallejo Flesh Wash. We're gonna get out our Vallejo, and I know it's Vallejo. I'm not gonna say that. I've got to drum it up in my accent. I kind of regret not establishing it as Vallejo from the get, but it's fine. I can recognize the H because even a Southerner knows that jalapeno is pronounced with an H. Gonna get out our Vallejo Flesh Wash and put down a little life into her super pale face. This color is great because it will shade the recesses well, but also is there a verb that would refer to making something red? Making something look red or look like it's got blood flowing in it. Skaven are cute little critters. Those Imperials come in. I do like some of the super characterful Skaven model. I'd love to paint one of the oh, what's the one with the big gun? Giselle Skaven, is that what it's called? Yeah, I'd love to paint. Here, we'll open image in new tab. Whoa, that's a tiny little image. Let me have the full-size image, Games Workshop. How y'all feel about Warhammer.com instead of Games Workshop? It's like all they are is Warhammer. I love these models. I think they'd be a ton of fun to paint, and they're still like the really old doofy sculpts. So I think I'd love to paint some on street, but I look at the price and it just makes me shudder. Holy moly! Might have to go to eBay for that one. Yeah, I don't really want to become a Games Workshop channel, you know, but every now and then painting up some of their stuff is really fun. Redifying, crimsonizing. I'm thinking sanguinate. Is sanguinate a word? Sanguinate. Is sanguinate a word? Sanguinate. Second person plural present indicative. It's a verb, but that's in Italian. I don't think it's a word in English. Sanguinate is a verb that refers to the act of bleeding either intentionally or unintentionally, but that's, I guess, exsanguinate means to bleed all the way to death, whereas sanguinate is to the act of bleeding. So no. Okay, verb for to make red. Damn. Oh, there we go. Word reference forums. Redden. Redden. I guess Redden is just it. Oh, in rouge. There we go. Is that an actual word? I don't think it's actually a word, but they're talking about it on the forum here. Vallejo is located in Virginia, I think, and you know how names do in the South. My family name is pronounced Callum thanks to decades in Oklahoma knocked all the Swiss French nuance out. Yeah, okay. Those are in that ratty Finecast material. Oh, that's, yeah. So on Finecast, I keep thinking of when they did Abaddon the Despoiler in that first run of Finecast, and it's like it was already a 20-year-old sculpt then. Inflame, enliven, redden, vermilion eyes, crimsonate. In rouge sounds like enraged but fancy. I like it. I think we're gonna use in rouge. I don't think it's actually a word, but let's see. Let's confirm. In rouge. In rouge. I don't think it's a word, but we're just gonna pretend like it's a word and use it because it sounds fun. I think blush, like if I'm gonna use blush, it's gonna be in a more like creepy, perverted setting. So yeah, we're gonna. This color's great because it will shade the recess, but also in rouge, the near white base color we've chosen for her flesh. Though Octavia's got that Icelandic tan, we still want a bit of color in her face. Perhaps even a frost nipped nose and cheeks. In rouge sounds like a Cajun cussing out. Yeah, that's fun. Ah, yes, Nightbot dropping a link to the Discord. If you found this via the algorithm and you're not already on the Country Fried Minis Discord, come on over. Show us what you're working on. Give feedback. Give constructive criticism. Talk about video games. Whatever you want to holler at us about, you'd be more than welcome. So check it out. Description link in the description down below, as well as in the chat. Okay. I think we might be approaching the limit here of what I can pack in. Embarrass used to mean to get pregnant. I seem to remember that. Let's do etymology of embarrass. See more. In late 16th century, from French embarrasser, from Spanish embarazar, probably from Portuguese embaracar. I don't know how to pronounce the C with the little squiggle. It's apparently originally with reference to animals being restrained by a quarter leash. So there's some origin of embarrass to hamper or impede. So yeah, that makes sense that they would use it to refer to pregnancy. Hey, the world's first motel is in San Luis Obispo, which was built in 1925. When opened, it cost $1.25 for a 2-room bungalow with a kitchen and private adjoining garage. Oh, a motel. Motel is like where you drive to, right? Anyhow, let's pop open our audio file and give this a run and see where it goes. While we're on the topic of ink washes, we're going to get out our Vallejo Flesh Wash and put down a little life into her super pale face. I almost took a big breath there. Let's just delete that off. This color is great because it'll shade the recesses well, but also in rouge the near white base color we's chosen. The near white base color we's chosen. Do I just leave that in? I should have just went with it. Now I'm going to drop it in intentionally. Let me edit my script here. We's chosen. This color is great because it'll shade the recesses well, but also in rouge the near white base color we's chosen for her flesh. So dumb. Shit, that's already 15 seconds. Though Octavia's got that Icelandic tan, we still want a bit of color in her face. Perhaps even a frost-nipped nose and cheeks, as is appropriate for our Antarctic warrior. Alright. Whoa, super chat from Iron Elemental. My phone battery's getting low. I was unprepared. If I drop out, it's not because I lost interest. Man, that's super generous of you, man. Thank you so much for the 10 euros. I'm going to set up in the near future a text-to-speech dealio for the super chats going forward. I've yet to quite iron it out, but I think Streamlabs does it. We'll do some fun stuff and allow for more interaction from the chat. Perhaps even a exclamation point command for Nightbot for members to be able to do some text-to-speech or fun stuff. Some more interaction stuff. But yeah, thank you so much. That's super generous. Scarlet up or warm tint. It's funny that there's not a more flowery verb out there for to make something red. Or to redden something. Like redden works really well. But usually English has all these extra flowery words and phrases. I'm just surprised. I'm quite surprised. Let's see if we can't. Oh, I think I did run over a bit with the bit about the flesh wash, but that's fine because we're going to go into the contrast colors, and at this point I want to do like a minute of talking about straying from the candy core colors and making Octavia her own character, because that's kind of the subtext of this episode. Is about painting a character and matching it to your army colors, but also making them unique. Okay, let's give this a listen. Deepest recess shedding, yep. And cutting corners, okay. Cover crimes. Illusory shadows. Alright, here we go. Alright, there's something weird happened with the audio right here. I need to trim it. No, maybe not. Maybe not as bad as I thought. It sounded like it kind of cut off. And all the crevices. While we're on the topic, yep. Get out the Vallejo Flesh Wash. Put down a little life. Maybe it was an audio hiccup I heard for a second. Enrubiate. Carmentalize. Garniture. I like enrubiate. That's good. Okay. That works, and I think I can segue into I can segue into my point off of the back end of Antarctic Warrior. Let's do. Let's put another division point. Let's say, how about? I've already said on the topic. How could I say, while we're on the topic of region specificity, but I don't want to say while we're on the topic. Let's say, building off of her region specificity, I'd like to take a moment to talk about the little touches that Veruca Bazooka. I'm imagining, oh my god, who did the... Someone did a makeup canon on YouTube. Was it Alan Pan? Makeup canon. That's what that makes me think of. No, it was I Did a Thing. Yeah. Let me post that in the chat. Speaking of Veruca Bazooka, I did a thing about 3 months ago. Did a video and made a I did a thing makeup canon video. Here, I'll post that link. Pow. Oops, that's my... Did that not work? I'd forgotten posted it with my... So I play back my audio in another tab. So as to not put too much strain on the studio page, which seems to like really struggle to be live. So let's remove that. There we go. And then I'll post it. Where do I post that? I could just do it in OBS. Okay. It didn't let me do the link. I did a thing. Makeup canon. Really fun video. If you don't know, I did a thing. Really fun stuff. And then we'll do a link. It'll let me post the link if I use my OBS chat. Yeah, there we go. Fun video. I really like his stuff. It's that kind of humor that I strive to put into my own content. Okay, so we're talking about what makes a character, or what bits on their color scheme makes a character despite being in your army. So let's talk about that. So building off of region specificity. Howdy, another Nate. Welcome. Tonight's a little bit of a impromptu thingamabob. I wasn't necessarily planning on streaming, but I want to get the work done, and I always find that sitting down at the station helps to get it done. Helps to lock me in place. I think maybe even going forward, we can do these workflow thingamabobs as unannounced stuff, and just do the post about the weekly show. Anyhow, where are we at? We're talking about the little touches that make named character models stand out in a crowd of named characters, that make named characters stand out in a crowd of your little touches that make named characters stand out in a crowd of themed models that make up your personal forces. in the case of Oktavia here, she's got some serious cold weather. Stand out from the riffraff. Yes. Stand out. Thank you, Nate. From the riffraff. Oh my God. And then I flash a picture of riffraff on the screen. God. Glorious. Glorious raff. Image. Oh man. Yes. 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 This is the dumb shit I like. How about this one? This is great. This is great. We're gonna flash that on the screen for about two-thirds of a second. So dumb. Yes, God, I love it. I love it. See, this is why, case in point of why the workflow live stream works. Okay, that's trying to save as a WebP, so we're gonna save it as a PNG instead, and we're gonna dump it into secondary video production, Oktavia Grimsdottir, and we're gonna call it Riff Raff. What do you say? My main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. Yeah, okay. From the riffraff, just like the sticky buddy thing. Just gonna pop on there for half a second. All right, so in the case of Oktavia here, she's got some serious cold weather gear, which contributes to her personal aesthetic. Nightbot claims that approximately 1 in every 2,000 babies already has a tooth when they're first born. Oh, we gotta fact check it. Are babies ever born with teeth? Yeah, okay. Hearst Pediatric Dentistry claims that approximately 1 out of every 2,000 to 3,500 newborns comes in the world with at least one. So once again, Nightbot has dropped an incredulous fact that is a half-truth because they've just been a little liberal with the numbers there. They should have said something closer to 1 in 3,000 to get a more accurate median. Okay, in the case of Oktavia here, she's got some serious cold weather gear which contributes to her personal aesthetic. This includes some little touches. This includes some accessories, some easily identifiable accessories, such as her fur-lined boots, some ski goggles, and that high visibility jacket. Considering that we want her to be Oktavia more so than a mercenary, considering that we want her to be immediately visually identifiable as Oktavia, more so than a mercenary for the Candy Corps. I once saw a photo of a baby skull with all milk and grown-up teeth already in. Looked like a freaky alien with 2 rows of teeth. Yeah, I think I've seen those shots. With the, let's see. I bet I could pull one up. Images. Because the teeth is already there. You know what? On second thought, maybe I need to not pull an image of a child's skull onto the screen on YouTube. So let's not do that. But yeah, it does look kind of freaky alien with 2 rows of teeth. It's pretty wild. Someone is resisting being pulled over outside. The cop is going, stop, stop, stop. I don't know if that came through, but I'm hearing it out there. It's been pretty active on my block this evening. Okay. He's saying, stop driving, stop, stop. All right, considering we want her to be immediately visually identifiable as Octavia more so than a mercenary for the Candy Corps, we want... Oh, I've already said we want in that sentence. It'll do well to put some serious emphasis on the bits that develop her fashion. Though we've included some of the colors of the army at large, the broadest areas of color will be her own styling. All right, how much time do I need to fill? I've already said it once and I've forgotten. So 9 minutes and 42 seconds all the way out to 11:25. Plenty of time to talk about it. Okay. That doesn't sound very family friendly indeed. I blame the subject on Nightbot. Yes, Nightbot is here to take the blame, of course. Let's talk about, this is a fantastic strategy that I highly recommend employing in your own army paint-ups, in your own skirmish forces. By giving some thought, and that of course is THOT. But by giving some thought to, let's see, by giving some thought to emphasizing characterful bits, we can make our characters adhere to lore standards while still blending in with your personally, by your blending in with your curated color scheme. A bit of both goes. I've already said goes a long way. Little touches that make named characters stand out. Serious cold-weather gear. Immediate. Yep, nope. A little bit of both goes a long way to not only making the characters, making the unique inclusions stand out, but also has them tie in really well with your forces. How many times have I said forces? Forces. Not forces. 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 Okay. I've said it many times. Too many times. With your collection. So before I get too far with painting, do I sculpt beans and claws on this repaired doge or just draw them on? That's a great question. I think in the case of beans and claws, they would be easily identified by a paint job. Like the color is distinct enough from the base tone of the fur that paint would make them stand out. But also, given that the dog is like a golden retriever looking animal, the pinky toes, if you go too pale, could blend in. So both are valid options. So I've said nothing. These characters deserve a bit of lore adhesion, despite their being included in a themed warband. All right, let's record that up and see how it works. All right. Building off of her region specificity, I'd like to take a moment to talk about the little touches that make named characters stand out from the riffraff. I read so much faster than I speak, so by the time I got to riffraff, I was reading forces. Building off of her region specificity, I'd like to take a moment to talk about the little touches that make named characters stand out from the riffraff that make up your personal forces. In the case of Oktavia here, she's got some serious cold weather gear which contributes... that was a bad stumble. Let's get rid of that. In the case of Oktavia here, she's got some serious cold weather gear which contributes to her personal aesthetic. This includes some easily identifiable accessories such as her fur-lined boots, some ski goggles, and that high visibility jacket. Ooh, that's a peak. That's a peak hard. That thing looked pretty furrier on such hairstyle. The nails don't really poke out, I think. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I think that if you added the toe beans, it would be going above and beyond. High visibility jacket. Okay. Considering that we want her to be immediately visually identifiable as Oktavia... No, that's a long-winded... I gotta angle the speech for much more words. Considering that we want her to be immediately visually identifiable. Word salad. I gotta have it in there. Just like the streams, I need to be talking nonstop through the whole thing. Considering that we want her to be immediately visually identifiable as Oktavia more so than a mercenary for the Candy Corps. Candy Corps. Not Candy Corpse. Candy Corps. Considering that we want her to be immediately visually identifiable as Oktavia more so than a mercenary for the Candy Corps, it'll do well to put some serious emphasis on the bits that develop her fashion. Fashion. That's a fun one in the accent. Though we've included some of the colors of the army at large, the broadest areas of color will be her own styling. This is a fantastic strategy that I highly recommend employing in your own skirmish forces. By giving some thought to emphasizing characterful bits, we can make our characters adhere to lore standards while still blending in with your curated color scheme. Phew, that's a mouthful. A bit of both goes a long way to not only making the unique inclusions stand out, but also has them tie in really well with your collection. These characters deserve a bit of lore adhesion despite their being included in a themed warband. Sick. PAL. Export. MP3. Number 2. Boom. Yes, we will replace it. Have I run over, or do I have more time to expand upon it? That's it. Okay. Yeah, let's give it a listen. Let's give it a listen. Give it a listen. Building off of specificity. Take a moment to talk about little touches. Riff raff. Oh, I gotta do the thing. Riff raff is these two words right here. Riff raff. Riff raff. Alright. Yes. Oh, you know what? Actually, I need to trim out the background. So we're going to open up paint.net real quick. Now that I'm thinking about it, and we want to dump in riffraff, open image. I want the background gone. So we're going to employ my favorite technique to do this. And honestly, I could do this in Photoshop a little easier. Shit, I might as well try. Let's see if I can fumble through Photoshop on camera. I really struggle with Photoshop. The menus in it are really not intuitive in the least, and it's frustrating at times. Paint.net is very intuitive, but the tools in it are not quite as powerful, or at least when considering stuff like the remove background. The AI background removal in Photoshop's really good. So the way I know to do it is we're going to put the image in, and we're going to go to quick actions, and we're going to click remove background and let it do its thing. Yeah, spectacular. It's I can't deny that it's awesome. Now, one thing I struggle with in Photoshop is it's not intuitive on how you export an image with the transparency. So I did figure out that you can right click on the layer here. Let me turn that off for half a second. You can right click here, and then you can do a quick export as PNG, which is the way to do it, I think. Or at least the way that works for me. So we can go back into Oktavia, and we're going to do riff raff isolated PNG. Boom, that should be done. We can turn back on the TV in the corner. And yep, I see it's there. We'll close out of Photoshop. We'll open back up paint.net. We're going to clean up. I use paint.net because I'm more familiar with the tools here. Like, we lost some detail there and here, so we're going to crop in the image. So I'll select all, and then I'm going to grab these edges and bring them in some. And image crop to selection. Oh, it's so intuitive and it works. And paint.net is free, completely free. Big recommend. Great software. Although, you know, most of the time when I'm using it, I'm manually cutting images out of backgrounds, like what I'm doing here. But it just works. It does indeed just work. It just works. What is it just works a reference to? I know it's a reference to something. I know it from somewhere. Where do I know it from? Alright, no need to go crazy with this. And then we're going to save riffraff isolated. God, it's so funkin' dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, and I love it. We're gonna do riffraff isolated. Oh, let me make sure I'm not overriding anything. Okay. Dump in riffraff isolated, and then we're gonna shrink this thing down to just while I'm saying the words riffraff. Duration is a little over a half second. Amazing. All right, we're gonna scale it down to 75%. Oop, wrong one. Gonna scale it down to 75%. Yeah. All right, let's see what that looks like as I'm talking. God, it's so stupid. So stupid. Maybe, actually, he needs to be at a weird angle. What about this other side? Like that. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. I love it. I love the dumb. The dumb's so good. Oh my god. It's perfect. Alright, let's give it a watch see. All right, let's take it back. How well does it line up with riff at the front? Okay. It's on the screen with R, so I think what I need to do, just to accent it a little more, we're gonna have it do a very quick fade in. Pow. And how far is that? 1, 2. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll go 1, 2. We'll do the same on the back end. We'll take an extra 2 frames. We'll take 2 frames out of the whole deal to do a fade in and out. Just a very fast one. It probably won't even register on a conscious level, but it'll be less harsh than the pop on the screen. God, it's dumb. Back from watching the Australian potato gun himself in the face for clicks. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, that's from one of those commercials YouTube likes to bombard you with. Pop Works or something. Never fried. It's a full on warning. It's bad already. There are over 6,000 known species of grass, claims Nightbot. Really? Of grass. All right. So once again, Nightbot giving us half truths. It says from the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History, claims that the grass family includes over 11,500 accepted species, and some grass taxonomists estimate there are as many as 13,000 species. Nightbot may not be lying, but is giving us half-truths. I'm not a stoner, I wouldn't know. Yeah, exactly. Hey Nightbot, did you know that grass uses humans to take over the world? That is interesting to think about. Also, welcome Nathan. We're doing a little impromptu voiceover session. At 13,000 is indeed over 6,000. I mean, technically it's true, but it's like it's a half truth. It just works was from Todd Howard talking about the settlement. It just works, yes. And then Spiffing Brit doubles down on it just works again and again and again, because Todd Howard. Oh my god, I've got to step over to the Discord real quick and say, Toddbot, does it just work? Question mark. Maybe. I got a maybe there. Monocots tend to be grasses and bamboo shoots types. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's give this a listen. See how it all lines up. Name characters stand out from the riffraff. Yep. In the case of Oktavia, serious cold weather gear, personal aesthetic. All right. Immediately visually identifiable as Oktavia more so. Yep. Developer fashion. Fantastic strategy. Emphasizing characterful bits. Make characters adhere to lore standards. Blend in with curated color scheme. A bit of both, yep. Unique inclusions. Tie in with the army, yep. Lore adhesion. Themed warband. Boom. And we got a moment to talk about. Okay, so have I already said on that topic? I have already said on the topic, and I've done building off. You should paint her up as a Merovingian to sock it to Corvus Belli. Yes, I do like some of the Merovingians. I would love to paint up the Lugaroos. Lugaroo, Corvus Belli. They look like they're really fun. Let's see if I can't get an image up for y'all. Infinity just, they have some of the funnest models out there. Here we go. Open image in new tab. These fellers, like the sweeping raincoat aesthetic there is really fun, and I love doing these style visors. My what are the bikes called? The US Ariadne bikes. The Mavericks have that style of visor, and they were really fun to paint. The Riot Cops, yeah. Viral rifles. It makes sense because they're Lugaroos, and they'd be using viral weapons versus antipodes. Especially valid now in the meta, now that the Polaris Bearpode exists. Polaris Bear. I gotta pull up the image. I got absolutely wrecked by some bears in the first episode of Clash versus my Ariadne opponent. Open image in new tab. Why you make the tiny version? Just give me the full-size image, dog. It's not a dog, it's a bear. This is also a really fun, super fun model. I'd love to paint one, but this is one of the first generation, maybe second generation of the Ceocast models. So it's not in glorious metal, unfortunately. It's a thermoplastic that doesn't work with plastic glue. So not a big fan of the Ceocast stuff. I like my Infinity models to be heavy bricks of metal. Ah yes, Nightbot reminds folks that I do commission painting. Check out the gigs on offer over at Fiverr at fiverr.com/Thurston Studios. If you order a set of mechs between now and the end of the year, you can lock in the low price of $75, printed, painted, and shipped for a Lance of 4 mechs in whatever scheme you want. I'll do a catalyst box for $100, so that'll cover the additional cost of picking up the box. You don't have to send me the box. I'll include it in the order. Heads up to folks, if you want to cash in on that, prices are going up in the new year to better compensate me for my time involved. So we're going to keep the prices low through the holidays and the new year. So take advantage if you want them. They're a lot of fun. Plus, there's an option in those orders to turn it into a video. So check it out. Fiverr.com/Thurston Studios. And the antipode's still Gestalt intelligence, where a pack of at least 3 is needed for self-awareness. Sort of like the times in that Werner Vinge novel, A Fire Upon the Deep. I think that's still lore accurate. Antipodes, the only antipodes are... No, I guess it's not true, because there are units now that have a single peripheral. Carmen and Batard. Batard is an antipode. You get the Strelok comes with a canine antipode. It's just a single antipode, and then the Devil Dog also, who's a dog warrior, but he has the antipode. So I think they have abandoned the whole 3 needed for intelligence of the antipode assault pack. Also bearpodes, because bears. Cause dog boyism in the wolvers. Yeah, exactly. They do indeed. There's a whole thing in the lore of them like seeking out and biting pregnant women. Although Infinity lore is kind of hard to find, really. Okay. Where am I? Who am I? We're talking Infinity. Alright. So I need to say... on the topic of, but in a different way. And I don't want to say building off of. So... I want to talk about the contrast paint specifically here, more so than the theme. Let's say segueing to specifics. With these premises established, I don't know. I think I'm not building upon the topic, but I know. Tangentially. Tangent. On a tangent. I don't want to say on. I'll just say tangentially. Oh, that one's rough. Toha are sneaky with their gene altering. But I do like Toha. I managed to snag a Toha collection off of eBay for like $130. It had a Gorgos in it. It had most of the line. It was a nice score. Tangentially. I don't pronounce the I, right? Tangentially. I think it just sounds weird, but I like the word, so we're using it. I'll have to pronounce it as tangentially instead of tangentially. Fuck it, I'm gonna pull up the pronunciation of tangentially. Tangentially. Gencha. Tangenchuhle. Tangentially. Chill, yeah. Tangentially. What do you think of the new, smaller, less tag-like version of the Combined Army Cascada? I like the sculpt. I think it's another like slap in the face to Infinity players to have retconned the extra out. What, an edition ago, and then to bring them back now. But they're here. I mean, they're fun. I play with what's that profile? Samsa Infinity. This model. Well, I don't use the actual model. Open image in new tab. Oh, damn it. That's a huge image. Why I do that? Why I do that? Samsa. Samsa. Freelance operator Samsa. Really fun unit. It's a Ballistics 13 model for really cheap with a plasma rifle. It's available as a mercenary in forces, allowing people access to plasma rifles that don't actually include them in their army. So it's a fun unit. Extras have a weird rule. Let's see if it's up here. Extra itself means when they take a wound, instead of going to the unconscious state, they go directly to the dead state. So it's a bit of a glass cannon, but they're fun. Okay, so tangentially. Nightbot claims that Tirana, the capital of Albania, has a lot of things in common with other European capitals except for one. It's one of two capitals without a McDonald's. The second is Vatican City. Yeah, there we go. No McDonald's in the capital of Albania. All right, tangentially. I'd like to heap some praise upon Games Workshop Citadel. Let's not acknowledge Games Workshop. Citadel's Imperial Fists. Is it Imperial Fist or Fists? We're about to find out. Imperial Fist. If they did have a McDonald's, a soft serve machine would brew. Yeah, that's because Crew's lazy. Citadel's Imperial Fist contrast paint. This color covers so very spectacularly over a white base coat using a brush, as well as nearly any color when shot out of an airbrush. I've used both techniques with increasing regularity. That is French's salad mustard on the stream. Uranium ore. Yeah, it's got a bit of that. It is like nuclear yellow. And this color has yet to disappoint. Big recommend adding this collection, this color to your collection the next time you're in your local, and then FLGS is. Am I losing bit rate here? No, it's just my computer. In your FLGS and need to toss them $10 to allay? Is that the term? To like ward off the feelings? Diminish or put it, yeah. Allay your guilt at having stepped in for another game night without spending any dough. I definitely feel that this it's also great on massage. Assage. Would it be Assage or Allay? I use Assage quite a bit. Assage or Allay? Damn it! I keep spelling it wrong. Okay. Here we go. According to Merriam-Webster, Assage implies softening or sweetening what is harsh or disagreeable. Mitigate suggests a moderating or countering the effect of something violent or painful. Allay implies an effective calming or soothing of fears or alarms. I think they're pretty interchangeable. I think Assage your guilt sounds right, but the G in Assage followed by guilt is nice alliteration too. I think that is the better use. Allay would speak to an implication of like social anxiety, of delusional paranoia. Man, I'd Assage your guilt. Softening or sweetening, effective calming or soothing. Soften or sweeten versus calming or soothing. Man, English is fun. Assuage. Assuage. No, I can't get away with that. I want to use allay, so we're gonna say $10 to allay your fears at being harshly judged for once again having stepped in for another game night, for once again having stepped in for yet another game night without spending any dough. Go. Choosing instead to toss copious amounts of liquid assets towards big business and Jeff Bezos instead. It's turning into a rant. Finding yourself unable to resist the siren call of great prices and free shipping as provided. Ameliorate, mitigate. It said something about mitigate here. Mitigate suggests a moderating or countering the effect of something violent or painful. I think that's a little too far. Hard A on the end. Allay your fear at being harshly judged for once again having stepped in for yet another game night without spending any dough. Choosing instead to toss copious amounts of liquid assets. Disposable income. Copious amounts of disposable income towards big business and Jeff Bezos instead. Oh, I've said instead twice. Rather than, I haven't used rather than supporting local business. Oh yes. I love these rants. They're so silly. Finding yourself unable to resist the siren call of great prices of free shipping provided. Free shipping as provided by corporate internet storefront giants. be a DJ and say soothe, but warble and draw it out like soothe. Whoa, whoa! Iron Elemental in the chat again with another gift to the community with the 10 buckaroonies. Thank you so much for the generous gifting. I assure you that any and all contributions to the channel will be directed back into improving the quality of the content. Whether that means buying more paint, more models, or upgrading cameras. Any and all contributions will come back into the stuff I'm working on. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, so, or food. Yeah. Well, food, can food be a business expense? I could argue if I'm working all day every day and I'm eating at my workplace that it's a work expense. Okay, finding yourself unable to resist the siren call of great prices and free shipping is provided by corporate intranets. Free shipping as provided by corporate internet storefront giants. What's a term for let's say remaining blissfully and willingly ignorant of the direct contribution to the monopolization of the hobby supply, direct contribution to the monopolization of the hobby supply, monopolization of hobby supply logistics. That you're causing direct I mean, are you really? By choosing to save a few bucks. It needs to be one run-on sentence. It needs to be deeper. Someday we'll buy a jar of Dolce de Leche and pay extra to have a drone throw it. Also, paint equals food. Yes, we be brush lickers. I am a brush licker indeed. I do not advocate for brush licking, but I'm here to tell you that your brush licking is okay. Okay, remaining blissfully, willingly ignorant of the direct contribution to the monopolization of hobby supply logistics that you're causing in choosing to save a couple of bucks over the mom and pop markup that your local shop has been forced to implement by the very decision you've just made. Oh, okay. Big recommend adding this color to your collection the next time you're in your FLGS and need to toss some 10 bucks to allay your fear at being harshly judged for once again having stepped in for yet another game night without spending any dough. Choosing instead to toss copious amounts of disposable income towards big business and Jeff Bezos rather than supporting local business. Finding yourself unable to resist the siren call of great prices and free shipping as provided by corporate interest storefront giants. Remaining blissfully and willingly ignorant of direct contribution and monopolization of hobby supply logistics that you're causing and choosing perusing to save a couple bucks over the mom and pop markup? Yeah, okay. Let's try it. Let's try it. Someone's gonna think you're barely past lit major getting paid for by the word. Yes, that's precisely the feel I'm going for here. Can you cook the rich over a Molotov? Can you cook the rich with a Molotov? Hyper consolidation of retail end user causing yes. I'm going to take that directly, Emery. Once again, did I already say further? Did I already say further? I think I did, right? Cannot find further. Did I not use it at all? Okay. Further pushing the hyper consolidation of retail end user channels. Further pushing the hyper consolidation of retail end user channels and slowly choking out meaningful competition. Damn it. Just give your FLGS the extra 15%. You jerk. Alright, let's see if I can get through this. Here we go. We'll do the first bit first. Tangentially, I'd like to heap some praise upon Citadel's Imperial Fist contrast paint. This color covers so very spectacularly over a white base coat using a brush, as well as nearly any color when shot out of an airbrush. I've used both techniques with increasing regularity, and this color is yet to disappoint. Damn, this is going to be a tough one. That's good. Oh, dude, thanks, Emery. This is fantastic. I think I think I'm going to take that one as well. Else will gain speed rolling downhill along the deterministic market gradient to dystopia and doom. And where in that world is there room? Is there room for your silly little miniatures game? Find good spots you can cut, like where you breathe, then you can do it in smaller chunks without it sounding... Yeah, I think I could do that. I think that's a good point. I'm going to try to do this in a take and get breathy and like out of breath. Before I jump into this, let me take a moment to point out once again, if you found this stream via the algorithm and you're watching this here workflow, this is case in point of why I do these streams and provide a glimpse behind the curtain. If you're a member of the community, whether you found us by accident or you're a long-established paying member of the YouTube channel memberships, your contributions directly affect the content that's coming out. So, by all means, if you've caught this via the algorithm after the fact, toss recommendations down in the comments. I read them all, and I'll take them to heart if they're good ones. Anyhow, without further ado, let's try to do this here word salad. Okay, I'm going to need to make some line edits here, or move it down. All right. Allay your fear at being harshly judged. Damn it. I lost my place right as I took the breath. Big recommend adding this color to your collection the next time you're in your FLGS and need to toss some $10 to allay your fear at being harshly judged for once again having stepped in for yet another game night without spending any dough, choosing instead to toss copious amounts of disposable income towards big business and Jeff Bezos rather than supporting local business, finding yourself unable to resist the siren call of great prices and free shipping as provided by corporate internet storefront giants, remaining blissfully and willingly ignorant of the direct contribution to the monopolization of hobby supply logistics that you're causing in order to save a couple bucks over the mom and pop markup that your local shop has been forced to implement by the very decision you've just made, further pushing the hyper consolidation of retail end user channels and slowly choking out meaningful competition. Damn it, just give your FLGS the extra 15%, you jerk, else we'll gain speed rolling downhill along the deterministic market gradient to dystopian doom. And where in that world is there room for your silly little miniatures game? Jesus. Okay, fucking A. Let's give that a listen back. There was some deep breaths there. Disposable income towards big business and Jeff Bezos rather than supporting local business, finding yourself unable to resist the siren call of great prices and free shipping as provided by corporate internet storefront giants, remaining blissfully and willingly ignorant of the direct contribution to the monopolization of hobby supply logistics. I ran out of breath on the that you're causing. It's good. No. Okay, the by the very decision you've just made is bad. I stumbled it hard. Okay, let's find that breath. Let me zoom way in. I don't know how to zoom in with the mouse commands here. Okay. Damn it. Where was I at? These things, sometimes these jump really far. Holy shit, that was epic, man. It's so fucking dumb. Alright, I gotta find the breath here. Okay, so it looks like the breath is this little bit of waveform right here. Let's zoom in. Let me find exactly where it starts. Okay, we can just zoop. Forced to implement. By the very decision you just made, further pushing the hyper. Oh man, it's going to be a little disingenuous to have an extra like full breath go in there, but it'll sound better to not have the breath and then stumble over. By the very decision. I said by the very decision. I messed that up. Okay. Let's delete that. Damn it. I lost my place. I shouldn't have done it that way. Shouldn't have done it this way. I'm just going to have to do this slowly out to the end. My apologies. That's taking forever. Audacity could use a few quality of life improvements on the UI, but else is a really fantastic program. If you're putting together your own audio clips for voiceovers or whatever, I highly recommend Audacity. It is good stuff. I hope this doesn't run too far over. But let's try. Okay. Let's zoom back out and see where we're at. Mom and pop mark. Implement. Okay, it cuts off at a good spot. By the very decision you've just made, further pushing the hyper consolidation of retail end user channels and slowly choking out meaningful competition. Damn it! Just give your FLGS the extra 15%, you jerk. Else we'll gain speed. Else will gain speed. Else will gain speed rolling downhill along the deterministic market gradient to dystopian doom. And where in that world is there room for your silly little miniatures game? Alright. Boom. There it is. Alright, we got it. We're going to export this once more as MP3 number 2 with the insane preset. And let's plug it in over here and see how far over I went. I'm sure I did. Way over. I'm gonna have to. God, do I just expand the clip so I can include the whole? Whoa, it's like a. The clip ends here and the rant's still going for like 2 minutes. I want to keep that whole thing. I really want to keep that whole thing. I could drop the talking head here and just like rant completely through the reestablishment of bass tones. I'm doing it. Okay, we're gonna take out one of the talking heads, which will actually make filming that part a little easier. So that actually reduces things down to, can you speed up the playback as you go through it? So it's like, wait, that's a pretty good idea. Let's see how that sounds. Oh, I don't actually know how to make a gradient out of that. I might have to research that. How to increase playback speed over time in Premiere Pro. No, I want over time. Google, you're so bad at searching for things anymore. Like, I can't get... Why is it so hard to search for things anymore? Like, the AI assist in the search just completely ignored my mention of over time. It just searched for how to increase playback speed, which I know how to do. Economics rant. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that right now. Text Studio. All right. Let me make sure I'm not doing any login stuff that gives away my passwords. Wait, no longer premium? What are you talking about? No longer premium. It says I am premium until the 24th of January. Nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. Okay. It's telling me I'm not premium, but I'm premium. Okay. So I use techstudio.com to do all my little my text. I pay like, feels like $30 for a year of it or something. And it's a super useful tool for silly stuff. 24th of January and May months. Metric months. Ah, yes, that makes more sense. Let's see if any of these stand out as a warning. Warning. It's got to be like caution striping or... Let's see. Any of these stand out? Any of these jump out at me? Or something related to money. Green bevel could work. All right. Economics rant. Warning. Nah, it doesn't look good. I don't think it works. I don't think it works. We just gotta. It's gotta be jarring and go right into it. I don't know how to do the overtime change of the speed. Like I can increase the whole speed of it, but that fire had country fried colors. Yeah, it sure did. Text Studio. Pull this back up. This is, you know, again, this is a great tool. It might not be super useful to people. Wait, why? No, I have search effects, fire. There's a bunch of them. If you're making things on the regular and need custom text without like spending hours in Photoshop, the Text Studio works pretty well. It is here. I don't want to pull up my information on stream, but let's see. It is $39.99 for a year subscription to get the premium. And the thing is, the free version lets you download all of those anyways with a very small image size. So if you don't need it like blown up to HD, you can do it for free. All right. Let's try just removing this talking head thing for now. And see how far into the next clip this goes. I'm okay with just like ranting through a section. I cannot believe it went on for so long, but yeah, it's fun. Okay, let's start here. Broadest areas of color, her own styling. Employer, yep. Okay. Unique inclusion standout. Yeah. Characters deserve lower adhesion. And now we get on to the tangent. Tangentially. Heaps of praise upon. Okay, I know what I can do here. It just hit me. Edit, redo. Okay. So I can just slow down the speed up here and extend this clip. And it's a little self-indulgent, and it's going to increase the full length of the video, but it's fine. It's fine. All right. Let's bump that down, because this fast forward thing here is running at 1,000%. So let's do some calculation here. It is 11 minutes 00 and 13 frames, and it needs to go to 12 minutes and 4 seconds with 10 frames. So it needs to be a minute 3:27. 1 minute 3 seconds 27 frames. Okay, so we can do speed duration and change the duration. Oopsies. We'll change the duration to 1:03:27. Pow. That should go right up to it. Is there a frame gap? No, there's not. Okay, perfect. And then it's still doing the zoomy thingy-do. And actually, I think because it's running for so much longer, I can get the zoom in even further and it'll still look good. And that should be 80 actually. Why did I do that? Let's go 80. And this should match 1069.2, 1069.2, 430.9. All right, 430.9, and that'll line up nicely now. This is a great opportunity to mention one of the advantages of Premiere and the way it works. So it's a non-destructive editing fashion, or editing. It works in a non-destructive fashion. So I've got this fast forward green screen overlay thing right here, and I've used a razor blade tool to cut the back end of it off, but I can actually just drag this clip until where it's at, and it's saved. Because it's non-destructive, I'm just increasing the length of the clip. Okay. And now I've got the full rant in there without having to go over the talking head bit, which is only the second proper talking head shot. I think I need to leave it in there. And it only added about 35 seconds to the length of the video. But let's see here. Let's see what this looks like. Characterful bits, make our characters adhere. Curated color scheme, yep. Yep. Tie in really well. All right, here we go. Tangentially, heap praise. Covers very spectacularly, yep. I've used both techniques, and this color's yet to disappoint. Big recommend. The next time you're in your FSGS and need to toss them $10 to allay your fear at being harshly judged for once again having stepped in for yet another game night without spending any dough, choosing instead to toss copious amounts of disposable income towards big business and Jeff Bezos supporting local business. Finding yourself unable to resist the siren call of great prices and free shipping as provided by corporate internet storefront giants, remaining blissfully and willingly ignorant of the direct contribution to the monopolization of hobby supply logistics that you're causing, and of the mom and pop markup that you're both. Yep. Okay, the transition doesn't sound too bad there. Damn it, just give your FLGS 50, yeah, will gain speed rolling downhill along the deterministic market gradient to dystopian do. And where in that world is there room for your silly little miniatures game? Yes, perfect. That is so fucking stupid and I love it. Oh, God, it's so good. Couldn't have done it without y'all. Okay, so at this point, we have run up to, holy shit, I've only done voiceover for just under 4 minutes worth of content. All right, let's take a segue and let's find a bit of audio or a song to work with this. Let's see, I almost have like a disco-y, like K-pop-y type music track this time around, so I'm going to try to stick with that. So 8 minutes and 30 seconds to 12 minutes and 9 seconds is a little under 4 minutes. It's like 3.5. So we're going to go over to Epidemic Sound. And I'm logged in. Let me pop this over here. You're only 45 subs away from commercials, my dude. That's really, really humbling. We're going to aim for it in the New Year's. And I'm not 100% sold on ads, the more I think about it. I mean, obviously I'm here to try and make a buck, but like, I could just hammer home that I don't want to put ads in it, but if I do put ads, for as little as $1 a month, you can join up as channel membership, and I will post all videos over there ad-free. Okay, so we want disco. Do you ever get those Amazon affiliate? This will come back to haunt you. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. Let's look for disco, and then we're going to look for a song that's Disco Frog. Is this going to work? I like it so far. Wait, can I? Let's see. Can I get audio playback here if I do this? Let's see. Let's pull up OBS. Let's pull up OBS. And I think I can do an application audio capture. And we can run it on this. And hit visible. Let me pull this back over here. And I will make the music playlist turn off. And then let's see if this works. I need to jump over here. I need to hear it as well. I need to jump over here. I need to hear it as well. I need to jump over here. I need to hear it as well. Here we go. Okay, yeah, it's working. Okay, yeah, it's working. Okay, yeah, it's working. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. See if it works. Because I'm going to fade it down at the end. I kind of like it. See if it works. Because I'm going to fade it down at the end. I kind of like it. See if it works. Because I'm going to fade it down at the end. I kind of like it. See if it works. Because I'm going to fade it down at the end. I'm going to fade it down at the end. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to... Let's download it. Never treat your soil like dirt. Should all be geriatric supplies. Alright, we're going to download the full mix. I like it. Disco Frog, good track. Who did this? Rim de Clang soundtracks. Make it strictly Wilford Brimley's Liberator Medical commercials. I hope y'all can hear that decently. Wilford Brimley's Liberator Medical. Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah. God, so good. Good. We have cemented its disco / K-pop for this video. And let me dump this in the sounds folder? No, in my music folder. It's got a froggy feel to it, that's for sure. Alright. Oh, and it runs right over into where I need it to go. Okay. I probably need to drop the level by about 25 decibels, and then we want to toss in a hard limiter. So this is the trick I do to cut out the peaking in my audio. I swear to God, Nate has a shrine to Wilford Brimley. God. But, like, of all the people to have a shrine to, would it be the most disturbing to go into someone's house and see a shrine to Wilford Brimley? I feel like I would just accept it for what it is. That's just me. I don't think it would bother me as much as a shrine to to others. Okay, let's turn back on the music playlist. Ooh, this next track is good too. Midnight Disco by Cushy. I think I'm just going to download that preemptively. All right, let's give an audio check. If I got music running good again. Yeah, okay. I got my hard limiter on the audio here. Let's give it a listen. That might not be low enough. Let's do minus 30 on it. Just friends with the Beatle. Steps. Oh, I forgot. I've already forgotten about the step thing I said. The next step. And then I say step again. All right. Battery at 2% at the moment. Can't be arsed to get out of bed to watch on him on the couch. Hey, no worries. Thanks for stopping by tonight, Iron Elemental. Your contributions to the channel are well appreciated, my man. It's fantastic. Always a pleasure chatting with you in here. All right, Antarctic Warrior. Region specificity, yeah, okay. Depends on the shrine. I think you got a pretty chilling Wilford Brimley if you wanted, yeah. It's kind of 5 in the morning anyways. Might as well close me some eyelids. That's morning. That's the next day. I feel it though. I was up stupidly late working on some models. The funk, the disco funk and the jazz touch, very nice. I think what I want to do is have the music start fading out. Kind of 8 PST. Lower adhesion, spike being inclusion. All right, here comes the rant. Got to help fund that improved streaming cam. Always a pleasure. Yeah, it's. I think the biggest investment will be a better webcam for the paint streams. FLGS, and need to toss them $10 to lay your feet. Having stepped in for yet... Okay, so what I need to do here, we'll dial it back. We're going to do level, and we're going to put in a keyframe. And we're going to go to the very end of this thingamabob, and we're going to dip it down to -60. So as the rant is going, I want to have it start... the music fade out, and then like a ringing in the ear sound slowly come in, and then I want the color to fade out as well. So let's give that a listen. By mixing nanoplatelets from carrots and other root vegetables, concrete mixtures can be significantly strengthened, meaning less cement is needed to achieve the same effect. Carrot flavor cement shoes. Okay, it needs to dip out a little faster, so let's go down to 80 with that and give it a listen. Oh god, the rants are here. They're here to stay. End user channels slowly choking out meaningful competition. Okay. Yes, that works. We're gonna run it. I need to find. I know I have some assets. These also came from. This also came from Epidemic Sound. I know I have like a ringing ears type sound. I may need to just look for a new one, actually. Let's do that. Epidemic Sound. Wait, I have a tab open for that, don't I? I sure do. Let's go to sound effects, and we want ringing ears. High pitched ringing. Nope. 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 That's the one. It's got like a secondary sound of like menace and like reverb to it. Okay, drone high pitch ringing one. I bet I have that already. Well, I mean, it's got the little download symbol, so surely I have it. Sounds. It's called drone high pitch ring. Drone high pitch ring one. There it is. All right. Boo. We're gonna drop that in audio track 1. Right. Ooh, I don't want to erase anything. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna dump that in right here. We're gonna razor blade off the tail end of it, and we're gonna find our keyframe from the music, and we're gonna apply the same keyframes. Pow, jump forward to there. Boom. I think we'll have it at -20, but we'll start at -1000. Let's see how that works. See how that works. Get back to the chat here. $2 resin dogs. Band name. Tinnitus. Yeah. Seriously, China, why did you put any effort into painting this $2 resin dog? The answer to that question is no. Absolutely not. It's getting a sense of menace. Yeah. Okay. I think we need to boost that by like 10 decibels. Oh, you see, I mean, these sidetrack moments definitely add time to the production of the videos. Yes, but like it really increases the quality here. I said increases. I did. All right, I think I also want it to like develop some reverb in my voiceover. So let's do essential sound in a large room, And then we're going to go back into our boom. No, let's get rid of that. There's a way to like slowly fade this in. Editing is probably a lot less monotonous with this particular audience. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, thinking back to the early, like the first 10 or so workflow live streams, they've been really great at providing intense entertainment and nice edits. I know there's a way to do this over time. I know there's a way to do this over time. I know there's a way to do this over time. I can't remember offhand how to do it. I think I may need to adjust the individual parameters here. What was your max viewers on last night's stream? Let's check. Let's check. They're not too poppin', but they're poppin'. In my opinion, at least. Let's go to channel. What's up, my guy? I'm streaming. Gonna have to pass. Cry, smiling face. Tear. Okay, let's find it. Where do I do that? It's your videos. It is live. It is analytics. We had, oh, it doesn't show me the, oh yeah, peak concurrent viewers for Hobby Hangout Kit Bash Cestus was 7 people, 117 chat messages. Titania definitely has been a stupidly successful stream. Actually, the one with the model, with the like the 3D model on the thumbnail. Let's see, it was the first Titania video. Actually, got more overall views than some of the poorer performing videos. It got more views than Textures with Edna, which still remains my favorite video. Just, you know, people aren't here to, people don't get as excited about Reaper models. Alright, I can't quite figure out how to do the effect I want to do here. Let's just do a reverb. Let's do a studio reverb. I wish I knew a little bit more about audio. It's somewhere I'm definitely lacking in knowledge. Okay, like I don't know any of this stuff, but let's take a screenshot of normal settings right here. And I'm gonna pop open this here. And then we're gonna remove that. We're gonna go into Essential Sound and we're gonna set it to in a large room, and we're gonna check effect controls. So what we want is from that to this. I'm gonna hack the system despite my ignorance of the subject. Change the width to 1200, pop this in, there we go. Beep, 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 beep. We're going to do the graphic equalizer as well. Pal. This is the monotonous stuff for sure. Let's do height, fucking 2000. There we go. Pop in a graphic equalizer. Dynamics processing. There we go. Dynamics processing. I don't know what any of this means. Wish it did. De-esser. I don't know if that's as important, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna just turn this slowly into. We're gonna make a standard essential sound effect happen over time, just by adjusting all these individual parameters. I can leave out the vocal enhancer, I think. Okay, so what I want to do now, don't do the de-esser. No de-esser. Beep, 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 beep. Let's pull my settings up. We can remove the de-esser. So I'm working with Studio Reverb, Graphic Equalizer, and Dynamics Processing. I think that works. And then we'll pop in effects, Studio Reverb. We'll do, what was the second one? Graphic Equal. Oh, I don't know how many bands it was. 10 bands. 10 bands, and then we'll do Dynamics Processing. That's a little easier, I think. All right, and now what we want to do is pop down all these, not the hard limiter. We want Studio Reverb. Let's put on a whole bunch of keyframes, and then Graphics Equalizer. We're going to dump down a bunch of keyframes. And, you know, whether or not these individual things are changing, I need to have the point marked, and then we'll do all these. It's gonna be just fine. All right, and now I want to find the peak at which this is happening. All right, so we've got our second keyframe, and we're gonna go in here and start making these look like what we want here. Oh, is it locked up? What's the problem? I don't know how to adjust the things. Why is it not letting me adjust it? Oh, there we go. Okay. Low frequency cut needs to be. I wish I could do this numerically. 49, I mean, that's close enough, I think. High frequency cut. High frequency cut will be 1997. 1990, close enough. All right, what's next? Width 25, that stays the same. Diffusion stays the same. Damping stays the same. Decay stays the same. No, it doesn't. I'm dumb. I'm just dumb. I'm just dumb. But that's okay. We're gonna drop this, pump this to 90-ish, just in that ballpark's fine. Diffusion down to 10%. Let's drop it down to 10%-ish. That's close enough. What's next? Damping. Damping goes to 40%. I mean, I have no idea what any of this means. I definitely, like, I feel like I missed an opportunity in school to do this, to learn more about this. Which sucks, but you know, you don't know what you need to get to the point where you need it. And this is 790 milliseconds. It's close enough. Early reflections, 27 0.5%. 27, that's close enough. Dry output level 75, that goes down to 50. 50 something. All right, wet output level is dropping to 49. 49.54. So it's actually going up. No, again, I don't know what any of this means. I wish I did. High pass filter might make the words lose definition. That's fair. We'll give it a listen. Once we get in on it. Okay. So I'm looking at the bands here, and we're getting a little bit of range adjustment, and then band 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, and 8. This one is 36. And then band 6 is 1.23. Close enough. 7 is 2.9. 2.9, close enough. And then 1.72 in band 8. Close enough. All right, what changes here? Dynamics processing looks basically the same. It increases the spline curves to 1. So let's just do that. All right, let's see how that sounds. Dry input. Oh God, most audio programs have way more things than you'll ever need. Yeah, wet output is what you get from cheap street tacos after 11 p.m. Damn, I want some cheap street tacos. I might get a burrito tonight and have some wet output. All right, let's give it a listen here. It's getting all robotic because my computer's struggling. All right, so a few things I notice immediately. It is definitely doing some weird shit. So what I want to do, I think, to make this work a little better. The reverb happens like really quick. So what I think we do here is we're going to yoink up all these like starting keyframes and let that we're gonna let the like menacing high-pitched crap start first, and then we'll yeet these down a little bit. Come on now. There we go. No, don't do that. Let's jump to here. I should probably just zoom in on this. Let's do it that way. Work harder, not smarter. You know? Let's kick that down the road. Let's kick this down the road and give it another listen. Come back a bit here. It's doing like a robot thing. You know what? Let's toss out. Boom. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And just listen to the let's do it with reverb. Yeah, it's the reverb. Oh, it's really struggling to like render. Yeah, let's just get rid of those. Actually, let's just do a single switch like that. It just like, it's doing like robot, robot, robot. Man, that's so disappointing. All that, and it just like poopy. Big poopy. Shit. Fire. Yes, yes. Oh my god. I need to understand this, and I just don't. Oh boy. I gotta point out here that Premiere, it's hard to actually explain anything. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, Premiere does not make it easy to do certain things that I need to happen. I just need simple explanation. I need the reverb to increase over time. You know, in an easy setup, like turn a knob, you know. Fuck. I wonder if I could do it with the. Can I do it with the? There's gotta be a way to do. Can I just drop down a bypass? Is that? Let's just drop a bypass. Pow, right here. Let's just debunk, 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 debunk. And then try a bypass here. Wait, I need a bypass for the whole of the clip. All right. It's frustrating. It's super, super frustrating. I need to go all the way to the front of the clip. And then we'll drop in the back of the bypass here. Beep, 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 boom, bow, 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 bow. Let's give it a listen. All right. Need to reverse these. Dry input is the unaffected sound level. Wet output is the only affected sound level. You mix the wet and dry to get your room sound. Yeah. All right, that bypass is working there. Let's see here. Just like, why? I just want to be able to. I'm gonna have to research this. I don't know how to do it. Let's delete, 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 delete. It is very frustrating that there's not just a slider to do this over time. It seems like it's very missing. Yay! Anyhow. We have, we've done some voiceover. We've done some audio. I'm hitting a wall and I'm frustrated and I need to research. And I think part of that, the energy loss I'm experiencing now was all blowed out on that rant there. I haven't eaten today. I'm going to go get a burrito. And I'm going to keep working on this into the night and try to have this video out for y'all soon. I do have the Battletech Day tomorrow at Games of Berkeley, unfortunately. So I may not get this video out for the Sunday release like I had intended, but I'm going to try. I'm going to shoot for, you know, going into the evening. I need to record 2-3 talking head bits and then toss those in. Yeah, I'm behind schedule. It's fine. If nothing else, I'll jump back into this tomorrow evening. Maybe hang out in the Discord or something, but aim for a Monday release. We're going to get this Oktavia video out, and then we're going to get out the Tanya after that, which, depending on how long this gets kicked back, might turn into a Boxing Day video rather than a Christmas. I mean, who's watching YouTube on Christmas anyways? Smash that mouse. Yes, smash that mouse directly into the like button. Yeah, I need some food. I haven't eaten. All I've had is coffee today. So it's time. It's time to get a little chow in me. I definitely want to thank y'all for checking out what we got going on today for this little impromptu stream. I'm really pleased that folks stopped by to see what's going on, and I couldn't have done this silliness without the input of folks. A reminder once again that the workflow live streams are a place for people to come in and see behind the curtain, and again, like, directly influence what's going into these videos. So yeah, watch this space for stuff. The schedule for streams will be posted on the countryfriedminis.com, so expect the weekly show of painting, the painting show on Wednesdays, 6 p.m. PST. We're looking at the Infinity Clash live gaming and tabletop simulator as the bench of players grows. That'll be a mainstay here on the channel. And if any of y'all would like to learn to play Infinity or want to play Infinity, shoot me a message over on Discord. I'd love to have you in there on Tabletop Simulator. I can even perhaps kick down a copy of the software if you need it. Just let me know. We got other stuff coming in the new year as well, so check this space for fun stuff. In any case, I've been Cameron on behalf of Country Fried Minis. This has been another Workflow live stream session where we get a little work done on videos. I want to thank y'all for coming through today, checking out what's going on. If you got any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to throw them in the comments down below. I read them all. In any case, that's all I got for y'all tonight. Thank y'all for showing up. Enjoy your evening, Nathan and another Nate. Hope y'all have a good one. Anyhow, bye.